Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I hope everyone is doing well. And welcome to our seminar for our last 10 nights of Ramadan group. Inshallah, today we will be covering the schedule and we will go ahead and give you some advice for the trip as well too, so you can prepare a little bit better, inshallah. And we will be going over some of the things that you may need during the trip. And inshallah, we hope you are prepared for this journey. And for anyone that is not able to join, there will be a recording available for this meeting. We will post it, inshallah, tonight in the chat. So you can go ahead and rewatch it is for any of the information you have missed. Some of the things we want to mention before we get started. We have a Q&A session all the way at the end. During the seminar, if you have any questions or anything comes up, please feel free to add your questions in the Q&A. We will be covering all the questions at the end of the seminar, inshallah. So for this particular group, inshallah, I will be assigned as the group leader. So I will be with you during the journey. Inshallah, we will start our journey on the 28th of March, departing from JFK. There are a few people who are traveling on alternative flights. So I do want to give a reminder on that, if this does not apply to you, most of the people, they are departing on the 11th, but some of the people may be departing on the 12th as well too. I think there's a few people who are leaving even a day after. So please keep these things in mind. If something does not apply to you, if you're traveling individually, if you don't follow the exact group schedule, please reach out to our office staff with the questions on that. We will only be taking questions regarding to the group schedule that we are presenting today, inshallah. So we have our flight from JFK Airport at noon, 12 p.m. So inshallah, we will arrive at the airport about 3.5 hours before. Around 8 to 8:30 p.m. is when we will be having our meet and greet at JFK Airport. We will be arriving in Jeddah Airport the following day on the 29th at 6:35 a.m. And then we have our connecting flight at 10:35 a.m. So we have a 4-hour layover. That 4-hour layover, we will be utilizing that 4-hour layover to, it does take some time to grab the plane. And then we have to take a train to get to the immigration. Once we clear immigration, we need to go to the luggage carousel. We will be meeting as a group at the luggage carousel. And then from there, we have to drop off the luggage for the Medina flight. So it's right next to it. Once we're done with that, we will go ahead and we do have some time during our stay in Jeddah. So we can go ahead and inshallah, if someone needs SIM cards, or maybe if you want to exchange a little bit of money, you can take care of this at Jeddah Airport, inshallah, because we have a little bit of time. But at least an hour and a half before, please cross security so you can make it for your domestic flight. And this is very important. If you are traveling, whether it may be with the group or even separately, do not miss your domestic sector. If you do miss the domestic sector because of the airline or maybe because of flight delays, do go ahead and communicate with one of the airline staff over there so they can change your ticket. It's very important because your return flight gets canceled. It shows up as a no-show in the system. We have had it in the past where, we have arrived and the layover seemed a little bit long. So people, they just booked their train and they left to Medina, or they just booked a private car and left to Medina. So this is a very important point. Please do not miss this flight. This is very important. We want to make sure everyone is making it. And you understand that the importance of making for this flight, because to reinstate the ticket, sometimes the airline will work with us. Sometimes if there is no availability on the flight, they will not work with us. And this flight is very heavily packed. So once you're a no-show, they cancel it and they open up the availability in the system. So if you do end up, if you have some issues, please stay in communication with us so we are able to assist you in any way possible, inshallah. So we will grab our flight for Medina at 10:35 a.m. So at the airport, we're already done with our immigration. We already dropped off our luggage for the Medina flight, and then you are welcome to do what you need to do. Hour and a half before, so let's say 9 a.m., everyone should be crossing security and being available by the gate, inshallah, at least an hour before by the gate. It doesn't take too long for the domestic. Then we take our flight, 10:35 a.m. We arrive in Medina at 11:45 a.m., inshallah. We should be able to clear up everything and get out of the airport within half an hour, inshallah. Depending on how quick we get out, if we're able to catch Jummah, because it's not going to be easy to get close to Haram. If it seems like it's very heavy traffic and there are too many issues getting close to Haram, uh, in our Ramadan packages, we don't normally do historical tours. But what we can do during this time is we can stop by, pay our respects at Shahada. We can also stop in Quba, pray our 2 rakahs before we head towards the hotel, because the outbound traffic from Haram is very heavy on Jummah, and we're going to get stuck in traffic for an hour and a half when we get close to Masjid Nawawi. So depending on what time we get out of the airport, we will be making this decision. And inshallah, I will be with you during this journey. So please don't worry. And if someone that is not fasting because of traveling, I do suggest to just inform me. So this way we can go ahead and stop for some food and make sure we can grab some food for you as well too while we are there. Afterwards, inshallah, we will go get settled into the hotel. We are going to do a walking tour. Possibly, depending on how the situation is if everyone is tired, I would like to have everyone be rested before we go. Maybe we do it after Taraweeh. All we're doing is we're going to go out. There's a few locations close to Haram. We can go and cover those. And these are optional. And I know many people have already been on trips before they go on the last 10 night tour. So the main focus of the last 10 night tour is for you to get your ibadat in. And one of the biggest things we can do in Medina is to go pray in Masjid Nawawi and send salawat to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So these are our main tasks, and we are only staying there one night, and we will be departing from Medina the following day on Saturday to actually move towards Makkah and perform our Umrah. We will get settled in, and then most of the trip we will be in Makkah. We only have one night in Medina. So inshallah, once we get to Makkah, if you have performed Umrah before, Ramadan is not one of those times where it's easy to perform Umrah with the group. It's a very, very, very tough task to perform Umrah with the group. So if there is anyone that has not performed Umrah before, please inform me on our bus ride, so I can be of assistance to you, inshallah, and we can perform Umrah together. But it's really tough to keep a group together. Maybe 4 or 5 people is not that bad, but keeping a group of 35 people together to do the Umrah, it's very tough. So we will show you the way, how to go, how to come back. Maybe we can all leave at the same time, but perform your Umrah individually. It's going to be much, much, much easier, inshallah. So if you have any of the concerns for the Umrah, please do mention it. I will still cover the guidance for the Umrah during the route. And the same thing, we are in traveling on this day as well too. So we will be making a stop for anyone. I don't recommend to actually fast on the day we are performing Umrah. It's not an easy task, and we do have that leniency during traveling to actually let go of our fast and make it up on a later day. So please do utilize this if you need it. If you think you can get by, go ahead and fast on that day. But we will be performing Umrah together, and my goal is to get us there a little bit early, because the rush starts increasing after Maghrib. We want to make sure we can get our Umrah done a little bit early, inshallah. And some of these schedules, they're really dependent on the situation, what's going on. So some of these things are tentative time-wise. I am looking to leave around 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., but it may change depending on the timing of what the situation is for that day. So inshallah, once we arrive, you're doing your Umrah individually. You can do your Umrah individually. We are very close to Haram. It's a couple of minutes walk. Once we get there, I can give you some more guidance. Once we arrive in Makkah, you do have your iftar and your sahur included in the package, inshallah. So you are more than welcome to do it with the sahur and iftar that's included in the package. Many people, they end up going to Haram and they open their fast over there. The buffet timings, we will let you know, inshallah, what exact timings they will have for food, inshallah. But the biggest issues that come in is with the sahur. It's not with the iftar. Iftar, you go out, there will be plenty of people distributing iftar. You take a date, you drink some zamzam, you get by. But for sahur, it's very tough to find food. Most of the restaurants are closed, so it's very important that rather than searching for places to eat food, it's better that you come back to the hotel and eat the sahur that is available to you, inshallah. Remaining trip, like I said, the main focus during the entire trip is on the last 10 nights of Ramadan. So it will be 20th of Ramadan when we move. And inshallah, you will have the complete last 10 nights of Ramadan available to you. And the remaining nights, your activities in Mecca are, if you can, if it's possible for you, perform more umrahs. Of course, it's highly recommended to perform tawaf. Go and catch your tarawih, to catch the midnight prayers. Your main purpose of going in the last 10 nights is to catch all your prayers. This is what our main goal is when we go in the last 10 nights. So for the remaining nights, all you're doing is you're fasting, you're praying, you're praying, and inshallah, try to perform as many tawaf, as many umrahs as you can in this time, and catch all your prayers. These are our main goals. This is one of the reasons why you have booked this package, to stay close to Haram. There are cheaper packages available which were much further away from Haram, and it's very hard sometimes to go back and forth. So the whole purpose of staying close to Haram is to catch every prayer in Haram, inshallah. And then on the 10th, inshallah, we will be departing to Jeddah. Ramadan should be over by this time. If Eid prayer is in the morning, we will be leaving a little bit later. If Eid is on the 9th, we will inshallah be trying to cover historical tours for Makkah, so we can at least have some activity for that day. And if anyone is looking for some other activities to do on that day, please, we are open to suggestions. The check-in time does start at 11, so we will be most probably departing around right after Asr. So when we depart right after Asr, we will cover brief historical tours in Makkah, and we will go straight to the airport, inshallah. Over there, we will have Zamzam arranged for you. So we will be assisting you during the whole check-in process. It does take some time. And for the New York flights, I do want to suggest this from beforehand. We have had people who missed the flight after checking in because they did not go through security. Jeddah is not one of those locations where it's simple, 1, 2, 3, just go like JFK. Even if you arrive like an hour and a half before the flight, it's a small airport. You just go in Terminal 1 and you just go through security. If there's long lines for security, then you have the chances of missing a flight, but the gates are very close. But in Jeddah airport, like I mentioned, you do have to take a train. You have to clear immigration first, then you have security, then you have train, and then there's a walk to the gate. Then there's an additional security, and then you go ahead and enter the plane. So this is at least minimum a 2.5 hour process, including the check-in time. This is one of the reasons why we will be getting you to the airport much earlier. And your flight is 3 a.m. in the morning. Our goal is to get to the airport at least 4.5 hours before. It does take us some time to find a spot, get off the bus, and also get everyone the Zamzam, check in, to have a smooth process, inshallah. Our goal is to actually get to the airport around 10:30 p.m. And then from there, inshallah, we will go ahead and assist you during the whole process, and making sure everyone is able to make it through, and go ahead and go through security and have sufficient time to actually make it for the flight. And this is all the information that we have for today. If we have, we were expecting Imam Ibrahim Niaza to actually join our meeting. If he is in the meeting, please feel free to unmute yourself to give some advice to the Hujjaj. If not, inshallah, he will be with us during the journey. And he can also give us some advice later on in the journey. He is traveling a little bit before us, but inshallah, you will be able to see him when we are in Saudi. I don't see anything in the Q&A, but there's still a little bit more information that we need to cover before we can move on to the Q&A. If you have any particular questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat so we can cover them, inshallah, or in the Q&A. Another thing is Roda is very tough in Ramadan, but I do highly suggest to update. There is a new app for Nuzuk, so if you go on the old app, it will go ahead and suggest you to get the most updated app. I will also try to get the links to you for the new app, both for Android and for iPhones. So you can download the new app. The same credentials will work for the new app. You already tested it out. It's just a new look for the new app. Everything else is still the same. The guidance is still the same. If there's someone that is traveling for the first time for this trip, you can still follow our guidance for activating the app. If you have not received your visa or any of the documents, please feel free to reach out to our office so they can send you that information. All right, we have already started getting some questions. So what time do we meet at JFK Airport? Inshallah, we will be meeting between 8 a.m. and 8:30 a.m. on that day. Your fast, I do suggest to fast on that day because as soon as we take off, after a couple of hours, the fast will open. It's not a long fast for that day. But the following day, we do have a lot of traveling. If you're not comfortable fasting the following day, meaning on the 29th or the 30th, it's up to you. The 30th, 29th, it may still get by pretty easily, but the 30th will not be an easy day for fasting. But if you think you can get by, you have done this before, definitely go ahead. We do have a long journey on the 30th by bus going to Makkah, so keep those things in mind, inshallah. Also, some suggestions for packing. I'm sure everyone is going. This is not a small journey. You are there for quite some time. Please keep enough clothing for the entire duration of the trip because laundry is very, very, very expensive in Saudi. So it's very important to have enough clothes for your entire duration of the trip. And then also any medications that you take, please keep them with you. The weather should be either it's going to be hot or a little bit mild. Don't expect the weather to be cold at this time of the year. But just in case, still keep a light hoodie with you because we never know when the weather can get cool. It does tend to rain in Saudi these days a lot, and when the rain comes in, it does bring the cold weather with it. So it's a light jacket would be perfect to actually keep with you. And You are allowed two luggages, 23 kg, or in pounds is 50 pounds, and one hand carry and a personal item. So please, especially on the way back, they are very strict these days. Keep your limit within the allowed limits. If not, inshallah, they do charge for the additional luggage. I believe it's $300 for additional luggage of 23 kg. You have that option as well too. The Zamzam is not included in the weight for the luggage or a part of the luggage pieces. So the Zamzam is completely separate. And for the phone needs, it is recommended that you have data. If you don't have roaming data from here, it's recommended that you get a SIM card in Saudi, especially for communication. If you need to call me or reach out to me, the best method would be to reach out to me on WhatsApp. I will go ahead and start posting the messages a day before when we start doing the reminders. And inshallah, we will go ahead and proceed. I do see another comment. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. What is the name of the app for the phone, please? So it's called Nusuk, Nusuk. If you search it, you will be able to easily find it on either one of the stores, whether it be for Android or for Apple, and we will share a link in the chat as well too shortly. Other than that, that's all the information that I have to cover. If anyone has any other questions, please feel free to leave it in the messages, or if you want to leave it in the Q&A. We're going to give it another minute for anyone else to ask questions, inshallah. Then we will close off this meeting. Today, I am not available due to Hajj seminars after the seminar. But inshallah, once this Hajj selling phase is over, hopefully by Monday, I should be available, inshallah, so we can get into communication if you need to reach out to me directly. So if any other questions, please feel free to leave it in the chat so we can answer all your questions. We are looking forward to serving you in this trip, myself and local staff in Saudi. When you are at the airport, look for our staff. Either we will have an Ainul Harmain shirt on, or we will have a banner near us. Saudi Airline has been using counter B recently. It used to be on counter A, so it's the second counter. As soon as you stop at the drop off on Terminal 1, just stop in the beginning area, and the counter is in the early area, so you can go inside, inshallah, and come see us over there. We will have a short meet and greet, and after that, you can go ahead and proceed to check in. We will give you an Ainul Harmain bag and a few other things. It is recommended throughout the trip, please have this bag on with you anytime we have activities or we're traveling. It's easier for us to spot you from far away. We will also give you some luggage tags to put on your luggage just in case if your luggage gets misplaced somewhere, it's easier for us to find it. So this will be the activity that we will do. This is the first activity that we will do as soon as we get to the airport. I want to make sure we can tag your luggages. You go ahead, you check in, you collect your bags, and then after that, you can go through security, relax over there, and then we will go ahead and proceed on our next activities. And then, inshallah, the next time we will regroup will be in Jeddah Airport by the luggage carousel. where you collect your luggages, and then from there we will regroup again by the check-in gate. The check-in gates are not announced for the domestic flight. You have to cross security, and they will have it on the screen, and it's usually there about an hour before, sometimes an hour and a half. So whenever I make it in, inshallah, and I see the timing, I will go ahead and keep everyone posted. For anyone that is trying to use Saudi SIM cards, make sure your phone is unlocked. This way you have an easier time of using the SIM card whenever you get it over there, inshallah. So the this is I don't see any more questions. So jazakallah khair everyone for joining. Inshallah, I am looking forward to meeting everyone at JFK Airport and assisting you during this journey. May Allah accept your intention to go for Umrah and make this journey easy for you. May Allah accept all of our fast, and inshallah, let us continue to do our ibadat, our prayers in the holy lands, in the holy cities of Makkah and Medina, inshallah. Jazakallah khair for joining. See everyone soon. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.